The Fox and the Grapes. It was a sunny day and Fox was walking across the fields. Soon he came to a vineyard. As he came nearer, he could see some bunches of juicy grapes. The fox looked carefully around him. He had to make sure that he was safe from the hunters. He decided to steal some before anyone came along. He jumped upwards, but he could not reach the grapes. He jumped again as high as he could. He still could not reach them. The grapes were just too high for him. He was not ready to give up. He backed off, took some running steps, and leapt into the air towards the grapes. Again he failed to reach them. It was getting dark, and he was getting angry. His legs hurt with all that running and jumping. At last he stopped trying. As he walked away, he said to himself, "I don't really want those grapes. I'm sure they are too sour to eat." Sometimes when we cannot get what we want, we pretend that it is not worth having. The Thirsty Crow. One hot day, a thirsty crow flew all over the fields looking for water. For a long time, she could not find any. She felt very weak, almost giving up hope. Suddenly, she saw a water jug below her. She flew straight down to see if there was any water inside. Yes, she could see some water inside the jug. The crow tried to push her head into the jug. Sadly, she found that the neck of the jug was too narrow. Then she tried to push the jug down for the water to flow out. She found that the jug was too heavy. The crow thought hard for a while. Then looking around her, she saw some pebbles. She suddenly had a good idea. She started picking up the pebbles one by one, dropping each into the jug. As more and more pebbles filled the jug, the water level kept rising. Soon it was high enough for the crow to drink. The Milkmaid. A milkmaid was on her way to the market to sell some milk from her cow. As she carried the large jug of milk on top of her head, she began to dream of all the things she could do after selling the milk. With that money, I'll buy 100 chicks to rear in my backyard. When they are fully grown, I can sell them at a good price at the market. As she walked on, she continued dreaming. Then I'll buy 2 young goats and rear them on the grass close by. When they are fully grown, I can sell them at an even better price. Still dreaming, she said to herself, "Soon, I'll be able to buy another cow, and I will have more milk to sell. Then I shall have even more money." With these happy thoughts, she began to skip and jump. Suddenly she tripped and fell. The jug broke and all the milk spilt onto the ground. No more dreaming. Parable of the Pencil. The pencil maker took the pencil aside, just before putting him into the box. "There are 5 things you need to know," he told the pencil, "before I send you out into the world. Always remember them and never forget, and you will become the best pencil you can be. 1. You will be able to do many great things, but only if you allow yourself to be held in someone's hand. 2. You will experience a painful sharpening from time to time, but you'll need it to become a better pencil. 3. You will be able to correct any mistakes you might make. 4. The most important part of you will always be what's inside. And 5. On every surface you are used on, you must leave your mark. No matter what the condition, you must continue to write." The pencil understood and promised to remember, and went into the box with purpose in its heart. Now replacing the place of the pencil with you. Always remember them and never forget, and you will become the best person you can be. 1. You will be able to do many great things, but only if you allow yourself to be held in God's hand, and allow other human beings to access you for the many gifts you possess. 2. You will experience a painful sharpening from time to time, by going through various problems in life, but you'll need it to become a stronger person. 3. You will be able to correct any mistakes you might make. 4. The most important part of you will always be what's on the inside. And 5. On every surface you walk through, you must leave your mark. No matter what the situation, you must continue to do your duties. Allow this parable on the pencil to encourage you to know that you are The Boy and the Apple Tree. A long time ago, there was a huge apple tree. A little boy loved to come and play around it every day. He climbed to the treetop, ate the apples, and took a nap under the shadow. He loved the tree, and the tree loved to play with him. Time went by. The little boy had grown up, and he no longer played around the tree every day. One day, the boy came back to the tree, and he looked sad. "Come and play with me," the tree asked the boy. "I am no longer a kid. I do not play around trees anymore," the boy replied. "I want toys. I need money to buy them." "Sorry, but I do not have money, but you can pick all my apples and sell them. So, you will have money." The boy was so excited. He grabbed all the apples on the tree and left happily. The boy never came back after he picked the apples. The tree was sad. One day, the boy who now turned into a man returned, and the tree was excited. "Come and play with me," the tree said. "I do not have time to play. I have to work for my family. We need a house for shelter. Can you help me?" "Sorry, but I do not have any house. But you can chop off my branches to build your house." So the man cut all the branches of the tree and left happily. The tree was glad to see him happy, but the man never came back since then. The tree was again lonely and sad. One hot summer day, the man returned and the tree was delighted. "Come and play with me," the tree said. "I am getting old. I want to go sailing to relax myself. Can you give me a boat?" said the man. Finally, the man returned after many years. "Sorry, my boy, but I do not have anything for you anymore." "No more apples for you," the tree said. "No problem. I do not have any teeth to bite," the man replied. "No more trunk for you to climb on." "I am too old for that now," the man said. "I really cannot give you anything. The only thing left is my dying roots," the tree said with tears. "I do not need much now, just a place to rest." "I am tired after all these years," the man replied. "Good. Old tree roots are the best place to lean on and rest. Come sit down with me and rest." The man sat down and the tree was glad and smiled with tears. This is a story of everyone. The tree is like our parents. When we were young, we loved to play with our mom and dad. When we grow up, we leave them. Only come to them when we need something or when we are in trouble. No matter what, parents will always be there and give everything they could just to make you happy. You may think the boy is cruel to the tree, but that is how all of us treat our parents. We take them for granted. We don't appreciate the angel. Once upon a time, there was a child ready to be born. One day the child asked God, "They tell me you are going to send me to earth tomorrow, but how am I going to live there being so small and helpless?" God replied, "Among the many angels I have chosen one for you. She will be waiting for you and will take care of you." Said child, "But tell me, here in heaven, I don't do anything else but sing and smile. That's what I need to be happy." God replied, "Your angel will sing for you every day, and you will feel your angel's love and be happy." And, said the child, how am I going to be able to understand when people talk to me if I don't know the language that men talk? That's easy, God said. Your angel will tell you the most beautiful and sweet words you will ever hear. And with much patience and care, your angel will teach you how to speak. The child looked up at God, saying, and what am I going to do when I want to talk to you? God smiled at the child, saying, your angel will teach you how to pray. The child said, I've heard on earth there are bad men. Who will protect me? God replied, your angel will defend you, even if it means risking life. The child looked sad, saying, but I will always be sad because I will not see you anymore. God replied, your angel will always talk to you about me and will teach you the way to come back to me, even though I will always be next to you. At that moment there was much peace in heaven, but voices from earth could already be heard. The child, in a hurry, asked softly, "Oh God." The devoted mother. A mother duck and her little ducklings were on their way to the lake one day. The ducklings were very happy following their mother and quack-quacking along the way. All of a sudden, the mother duck saw a fox in the distance. She was frightened and shouted, "Children, hurry to the lake. There's a fox." The ducklings hurried towards the lake. The mother duck wondered what to do. She began to walk back and forth, dragging one wing on the ground. When the fox saw her, he became happy. He said to himself, "It seems that she's hurt and can't fly. I can easily catch and eat her." Then he ran towards her. The mother duck ran, leading the fox away from the lake. The fox followed her. Now he wouldn't be able to harm her ducklings. The mother duck looked towards her ducklings and saw that they had reached the lake. She was relieved, so she stopped and took a deep breath. The fox thought she was tired and he came closer, but the mother duck quickly spread her wings and rose up in the air. She landed in the middle of the lake and her ducklings swam to her. The fox stared in disbelief at the mother duck and her ducklings. He could not reach them because they were in the middle of the lake. Dear children, some birds drag one of their wings on the ground when an enemy is going to attack. In this way, they fool their enemies into thinking they are hurt. When the enemy follows them, this gives their children time to escape.